Yes, guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bear, and this is House of a Thousand Inverts. First of all, if you like tarantula content, don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe. That way you will miss nothing that I upload in the future. Speaking of uploading, this is probably the first time I've uploaded in about a year or so. Due to things going on behind the scenes, like setting up my website and store, and also there's been a few health issues in the family. But yeah, all I can say is I am buzzing to be back and sharing videos and more content with you guys. Now, today's video is going to be on the Megaphobema robustum, also known as the Colombian giant redleg. Now, I recently acquired this in a medium-sized collection, an absolute beauty, a very young sub-adult. It was in a smallish container, definitely due an upgrade, so I thought now would be the perfect time to do it. And what a video to start off my, well, relaunch if you like. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to shut up, let's roll the intro, let's get started.
The house of a thousand invertebrates is where we're living. The house of a thousand invertebrates. See what you're missing. So many legs, where to begin? So many friends to welcome you in. The house of a thousand invertebrates is where we're living. The house of a thousand invertebrates is where we're living.
Welcome back, guys. Here we have the Megaphobema robustum, also known as the Colombian giant redleg. As I said before, this beauty here is a very young sub-adult, so still has plenty of growing to do. Once fully grown, you're talking a DLS of around 7 to 8 inches. So yeah, a very large tarantula indeed. Now these guys are a New World terrestrial species. They do like to burrow, so when it comes to their setup, you need to make sure they have plenty of substrate. If they don't have plenty of substrate to burrow down, it will stress them out and they will get quite defensive, especially when opening the enclosure. As you can see by the beautiful coloration on the legs, almost gives off the Panthodontia solaris vibes, which is a dream tarantula of many, I'm sure. But yeah, this is one stunning spider. Now, one cool thing about these guys is they have a really unique defense mechanism. Now, like all New Worlds, they do flick hairs, but with these guys also, when they are threatened, they will raise up, lift their abdomen and also their hind legs. And then what they will do, they will spin around, almost like a tarantula karate kick, if you like. Yeah, this is something I would have loved to have captured on a film, but unfortunately I didn't get an opportunity. However, when I did pot her up from the original enclosure, she did go into that position. And she stayed in that position enough time for me to get a picture just to show you guys. Truly fascinating. Anyway, onto the enclosure. Before we get started, let's make sure we've got everything we need. First of all, the substrate. Now mine is a mixture of cocoa fiber, vercumula and topsoil. As you can see, it bonds together really well. So yeah, this is what I like to use, especially for this type of species. We also have some leaf litter. Some very small jungle bark pieces. And a lovely piece of carpet moss. Now I find combining these three in an enclosure just gives it more of a natural feel. Of course, we're going to need a nice piece of cork bark, and this will go into the substrate, and we'll start off a ready-made burrow ready for our tarantula to retreat to if need be. Very importantly, a water dish. Now, I do like to use decor in my enclosures, as a lot of you may know. I use things like skulls and Buddhas, yeah, just to make it stand out a bit more and look cool. Also, some tongs and a brush. And let's not forget the actual tarantula itself. What an absolute beauty. Here is the enclosure we're going to be using today. And this is an Exoterra. In inches, this is 12 by 12 by 12. So a perfect size enclosure for what we need. The only difference is, as you can see right here, is I've replaced the wired mesh on the lid with some acrylic glass sheets. I'll give you a bit of a closer look now. So what I've done is they're cut down to size. I have stuck them on and literally drilled holes in. The reason I've done this is because wired mesh, it is quite common for tarantulas to either get their fangs or their little tarantula pools stuck in this. So yeah, just for the safety of the tarantula, I do like to replace the lids. Now on to setting up the enclosure. I have sped this up because I don't want to bore you guys with me just tipping substrate in. So yeah, as you can see, I've just added the cork bark. I want to make sure with the substrate you get a good 6-7 inches in there. Reason being, as I said before, these guys like to burrow and they will burrow down. So yeah, plenty of substrate is a must. Now I've used the cork bark and it's kind of made a ready-made burrow. At least when we put her in, she can retreat there straight away and then she can bulldoze or move anything around she wants to and make it more of a home. Now I'm adding the carpet moss. As I said, I just like my enclosures to be more realistic and natural, if you like. Obviously minus the ornaments, because you ain't going to see one like that in real life. With the ornament, I wasn't happy with where I placed it because it doesn't really give much access on the front. So I do move that shortly, which you will see. Now I'm just sprinkling the little pieces of jungle bark around, and I'll also add the leaf litter in. As I said, it just gives the enclosure that more of a natural look. Course, finally, you've got to add the water dish. As you can see, as I was saying before, like with the water dish and the ornament, it doesn't really give sort of like much sort of like space outside of the burrow. So I was sort of like looking at it and I was like, nah, I've got to change this around. Yeah, I definitely prefer it this way. As you can see now, it just gives a bit more access for when she does want to come out or when she's out on display. She's not sort of like restricted for space, if you like. Last bit of touching up. Of course, we need to add some water to the dish. Now we are all set up, we can finally get this beauty into her new home. Now I do apologise about my fat arm in the way, you can't really see much, but what I am doing is just gently angling the pot right up against the entrance to the burrow and slowly removing the lid. That way, if she did get a bit scared or a bit skittish and wanted to bolt, she would go straight into the burrow where she would feel safe. That being said, I didn't get no hair flicking or anything of the sort. She literally just stayed on the spot, making this a really, really good rehouse. And there we have it. Just look at that. What an absolute beauty. So there we have it, guys. What an absolutely stunning tarantula. Now, I know I say this pretty much every time I do an episode, but honestly, just the whole coloration, it is just one stunning spider. I think I pretty much covered everything I wanted to in today's episode. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Once again, if you do like tarantula content, please leave a comment, and if you do subscribe, it would mean the absolute world to me. So yeah, thank you in advance. And also to everybody that has followed me from the start, your support means the absolute world. So again, thank you. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Once again, hope you enjoyed. And until next time, stay creepy, stay crawly, and I'll see you in the next episode.